right, ready?
It's all yours.
Okay. All right, good evening, everyone. I'm excited to introduce myself. My name is Dary. I am owner of the gallery, and I'm so excited to make for you some short demonstration because we have always questioned how I need to frame my work, how I need to handle my work, why gallery doesn't accept it, my work. A lot of trouble with presentation of art. So this is short demonstration and presentation about how you can frame in your artwork for art exhibitions. So first, I would like to manage, you need to understand sometimes poor presentation make your great artworks terrible. And sometimes good presentation can make terrible artwork look great. So this is really true because sometimes very amazing artwork, oil painted, done on the beautiful canvas, it doesn't have any frame, wire, and doesn't paint at edges. It can to be cost thousands dollars if it's not Michelangelo, of course, or some Degas or Renoir, but it need to be framed for sure. So let me a little bit quite to let a little bit manage my screen. Let me little bit short display you every single one topic about each one frame, each one, if some artwork need frame, if someone artwork doesn't need frame. And first, very important, all artwork should be presented in a simple professional manner. You need to consider yourself. You need to support yourself and trust, believe, and protect yourself from some gallery owners who look on your picture and say, I don't get it, I don't like it, because this is not professional done. And very often it's not professional done because it doesn't have finish, it not matte well, not frame well, doesn't have wire. Another possible use some very nice and good materials for your framing. Don't use very poor and cheap materials and some plastic, because in my experience, a lot of frame sometimes just broken during handle, or sometimes it's broken and all picture is broken because it's falling down. And sometimes some customers and visitors, they look on the picture and say, it looks like cheap, it looks like bad, but sometimes it's really not true because it's just frame is bad and side is
No, you're good.
looking so, hi Joanna. And site is not
Sorry.
good. So we need to be sure your finished presentation, front, back, top, and bottom, everything is part of your wall artwork, not just your front. Everything need to be absolutely well done. So if you see on this next slide, this is little bit rule about, let me move this one a little bit. Can you see better like this? Okay, this is some rules usually gallery and artists use for framing and painting and prepare artwork for exhibitions. First one, all work must be presented really to hand. It needs to have a wire, and this is a wire usually attached, you can see on the first and second picture, on the 1/3, 1/4 on the way down to side of the piece. You can see in these pictures on the first one and the second. Sometimes artists make wires so long, it's so high and it looks like very, very cheap and badly. Sometimes artists make wire so low, and if we're hanging pictures, it's pictures displayed on the angle, and it looks very, very bad too. So this picture display you what is ideal for make your wire in the, you can see 3 inches on the top, and you need 1/4 on the down and 1/3 on the down. So this picture display you easy ideal option. So next, very important, a lot of gallery and competition, they already start to add this for mandatory to use only D hook or D ring for wood frames. And this is why, because a lot of sawtooth handers and another, they just not protect your picture from falling down. This is not good for pictures. It doesn't work. You need to be careful because a lot of cheap frame from Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and another, some Amazon, in the back, they have very simple and cheap soft tooth handles. If you have like this frame, you absolutely for sure need to use D-hook additional and don't use for handing like this ring. So use D ring for D-hook, but D-hooks, it's not just one option. It's million different options for D-hooks, and you can see on this slide, it's a lot of options you to pick, but you need to be careful the size of your picture and the weight of your picture. And this, my slide, display you very important to know what kind of hook you're going to use for your frame. Because if you have very heavy duty frame and picture, really light duty, this one says absolutely doesn't work, because in the even heavy stuff, all these 3 first one doesn't work, even the light picture, it's open it. So best one for even light pictures, use this one D-hook and this one D-hook. So next option for medium, I usually use even for light this option because it's more better and more insured. And I really not often use like this one just for very, very heavy picture. But again, be very careful because sometimes you need to be sure if you need sometimes 2 hook or 3 hook. Sometimes we do 3, I can show you after. So you need to be sure about how big, how large your piece, and how heavy your piece for the hook. But another important, the hook we can't to use for metal frame because the hooks we use only for wood frames and for some special polymer frames. Again, even if it's plastic frame, I very, very often to see how this plastic broke. So be very careful the plastic frames, because of course it's better use wood frames or metal, the natural, because plastic very often to broke, even if it's very heavy picture and cheap plastic frame and you start to scroll your D-hooks, it's often to broke. So how about metal frame? Because it's very popular and it's very good for contemporary artists, looks like, and not expensive. It's also wonderful option to do metal frame. Metal frame usually on the set always have special system And even if you buy your metal part of frame on the Amazon or Jerry Sartirama or even Hobby Lobby have part of different metal frames, it's always go together with special handing system. And this is very good and protected. You can do easily yourself, but you need still follow rule about where need to be your wire on the back. And it's absolutely for sure your picture need special wire. This is about metal frame. And next, about wire, because it's also big issue and problem. A lot of people who bring artwork for exhibition have some screw or some strange metal stuff or something. Some use just yarn from crochet to wire picture. Some use something very strange. Some doesn't use nothing. Again, how you wire your artwork and how you use your wire, it's also important rule, because even if it's not heavy artwork, you need to be sure back of your artwork looks nice. Again, we talk about this. You need to be sure your all artwork, front and back, look nice. So this is simple rule, how use wire. So we use for wire in the back of your picture always metal. We never don't use some simple crochet knitting yarn. We use metal wire, and you can buy this easily everywhere on the Home Depot, Lowe's, Michael's, Amazon, everywhere. It's simple to find. Again, you need to pick wire, depends how big your picture and how heavy your picture. And you can always see on the piece of box what kind of wire you can use. If you look on this picture, this is simple scheme how you can wire your artwork nicely and just mask your extra tail here. And it looks very simple, very professional, and very protected and good for any heavy picture and even for not heavy picture too. So another very important tip, frame molding varies greatly in the style and quality. Please avoid overpowering frames. Sometimes it's very simple picture that some unknown artist, beginner from high school, in the big gold frame. It's looking very strange. So big gold heavy frame looks nice if you are ready, have some very big Renaissance style or some specific style picture or even small one, but it's need to match with your style. Please be careful, because it's sometimes very expensive frame for not matched picture artworks looks very strange and cheap looking. Absolutely, you need understand price of your frame, quality of frame, again, and everything need to be matched. Again, if you look on this picture, very expensive or heavy or frames from vintage store where you find it some old picture, unframe it and use for yours, need to be absolutely well done together with your piece. If you paint contemporary, some abstract piece or some simple landscape with acrylic bright colors, it's weird to looking on the antique gold frames. Very popular and easy to buy ready frames on the Jerry Sartirama or Blink or a lot of different group of company. If you don't want to do it custom frame and it's really expensive, I understand. If you want to skip it, So a lot of very affordable, nice frame you can buy in the standard size in the Jerry Sartirama, again, Amazon, everywhere, and they have good quality. Artworks looking good, simple, and well done. And please use regular, like silver or wood, natural wood, mahogany. It's very popular, some colors, natural colors, because it's complementary for any interior. Another very important rule for exhibition on the gallery, you can use it for your home, but don't use snap or frame corner clip with glass or easel frames designed for tabletop. I have a lot of artists who bring just Walmart 4 bucks frame, like for table frame, with easel behind, to hanging on the wall. It looks very, very poor, and this is not protected, and all of this behind doesn't work well together. So even if you want to use not expensive frame and it's nice and wood, just taking out this bag if you would like, or change this bag, or leave this bag, but you need D hooks, or you need to make nicely your bag, because all these little guys and all this stuff doesn't work for exhibition on gallery. Again, it's work for your home sale, market sale, for your studio. It's perfectly fine. But if you're going to display on gallery, high quality gallery, and the competition, some special exhibition, be sure your artwork not looks like cheap artwork or poster. If you have artwork like photo or any artwork on the page, on the paper, first what you need to do, two-dimensional artwork on the paper should be matted with neutral tones. Please don't use pink or orange or some crazy color for matte your artworks, because you need attention for your art. You don't need to create something strange. You need attention for art. Another very important, if you do your glass, please be sure it's not old glass with scratch, because a lot of artwork, some watercolor artwork, soft pastel, if people doesn't use some expensive plastic glass or museum glass because it's expensive, you can use absolutely easy, just regular glass, but be sure it's not old glass and it's not scratch, because people who buy your artwork also would like some appreciation from you, not just take it, I don't need it, so I don't have another glass. Be very calm for buyer who want to buy your artworks. And this scheme, you can see how typically we prepare your artwork, if it's photo, if it's drawing, or if it's watercolor. So usually we use frame. After frame is museum glass or plexiglass. We have any color neutral matte. It's not necessarily white. It can to be gray, it can to be black, but neutral color. You need your photo or image. And sometimes it's synthetic wood, sometimes it's just bag. And some artists use another protection bag. We will talk about this later. It's possible, but this is just a regular 5-layer rule for artwork on the paper. A lot of ask me about mats. So matting, and this is very important tool, and this is very important thing for all paper artwork, because sometimes your mat just change all your picture. Sometimes very little picture framed and matted nicely with big mat on the side, extremely change price and view on this picture. So you need to be sure your artwork, even on the big mat, stand alone. You use mat and frame for increased price of your picture, for your picture looks much better, not opposite. Don't use worse mat and ugly frame for your beautiful artwork. And if you look on this picture, when I said before, a lot of museums and gallery love to use big mat size around small picture. It's not because they try to match your artwork for standard some frame, because sometimes it's very, very nice and make very beautiful accent. If you see in the Museum of Fine Art in the Houston, beautiful impressionistic display of French impressionists drawing, even small one displayed on the nicely made and very clear frame, already make picture and presentation amazing, even very, very simple sketch. So size of your mat, color your mat is very, very important for your presentation. And sometimes even watercolor artists nicely display artworks on the top of your mat. So it's looking very beautiful if you have some broken side or décolleté edge, or sometimes it's also some photo of broken edge. This is beautiful done, but see the mat, it's also looking beautifully and well done. But you need to be sure you need space between your frame and your artwork, like on this example, because your artwork can't to touch your plexiglass or glazing. So you need to protect your artwork and you need space between your artwork and your glass and plexiglass. But it looks nicely and beautiful done, like simple, small watercolor can to be amazed on this demonstration and display. Another very important about stretches canvas. A lot of artists who paint on the canvas, they just drop artwork on the floor in the gallery or in another gallery, any vision, back artwork not done, side not painted, and they think, okay, if I paint on the canvas, my artwork's done. No, it's not. Again and again, your artwork need to be nicely for any side of your artwork. And if you paint on the stretch canvas, you need to be sure, even if you use frame on the back, it's not need to be tape or scotch around all your canvas. It needs to be nicely finished. Most frame already have supplies and some special hooks and wire and special extra tools. Some artworks, it's easy to use just regular tools, but you can buy all this stuff on the Hobby Lobby Michaels on the framing side. And this is absolutely not expensive. It's between $5 to $8, depends your frame, but it's need to be wonderful done anyway on the back of your canvas. And you need to know it's even if it's just one scroll here, it can't to scroll and roll everywhere. It need to be done for your buyer, because a lot of buyer, after they buy picture, they look back too. So if you paint on the big canvas and some also stretches heavy duties canvas with gallery wrap, for example, 2.5 inches, it's not necessary to do frame because a lot of contemporary artists don't use for like these pictures frame, and it looks like finish it also because it's big size and canvas already nice and heavy and big and good frame of stretch behind, but still you can see on the frame even big artwork look more finished nicely and well done, even unframed artwork. But again, this is just about gallery wrap heavy duty artwork. If you paint on the cheap artwork, and this is artwork very in canvas, very skinny one, it's usually 0.75 by 1 inches thickness. You should to frame it because it's not looks right if you paint on the small skinny canvas and not frame it, and also at price $5,000 is just like looking joke. You need to understand we have some rules, some vision, and some view. We try to make your artwork looking better. So please, if you paint on the not expensive, stretches, skinny canvas, and it's fine, it's okay, because someone even skinny can to be expensive one. If it's big size, it's okay. But be sure you have frame and you well done finish your canvas. It can to be just flooding frame, it can to be any frame, even metal frames, anyone. And right now a lot of different options everywhere, even metal frame or angle frame. You can build your own from wood, it's fine, but please be sure you have frame for this contemporary artwork with acrylic or oil. Another very important, in the last exhibitions, and we often have more different mediums and inclusive some fabric and quilts artists in our group. And this is wonderful to have a lot of beautiful artwork from fiber art, but please, this is also 2D artwork, and it's also need to be possible to handling this. So you need wire, you need to have some special cord, you need to try follow rule your artwork need to be easily to display on the gallery wall. You need to be ready. It's not just carpet to drop off on some gallery. You need to prepare your carpet, you prepare your beautiful fabric, you need to prepare your fiber art for display on the wall. And next question, always question, what need to be on the back? And more artists don't have nothing on the back. And we always ask, please, back of your picture and finish it. If you don't have your title, your signature, or your information, it can't to be just clear, plain white. Every single professional artist sign picture on the also back. More professional artists have also certificate or some printed information. It can to be like visit card. It can to be some certificate of your personal attorney. It can to be everything about you, inclusive your biography. It's welcome to add everything what you want, because back of your picture, it's also same in front of your picture, is display how good you are. So if you look more picture and artist, sign different, and some add story about picture, Some just add signature and year, some add like title, the size, some add some letter, the thank you notes. Just my opinion, never write price on your bag, because a lot of you change price every day, up and down, down and up. And after you scroll this pencil like this and change your mind, write here another price, after again scroll and again another price. And when people buy, they're very confusing what on the back, 3 different number, what's happened at the artist, what he's changed his mind so often. So be sure information on the back have more information about yourself and your art, inclusive name of picture or name of artist, but no price, please. So also, if you do your signature, be sure if you do your signature with some special pencil and not waterproof pencil or pen or some marker, if you do on the canvas, you need to understand buyer, buy picture, like investment, like some piece for life forever, but some markers through the age start to be yellow and watery, absorb water and make big blobs. So use waterproof markers or use special pen or pencils for sign up your canvas and artwork on the back, for don't destroy all piece of your art. And on the end of my short presentation, I would like to thank everyone who framed artworks well and support and appreciate gallery owners, because usually we receive it artworks like this. And I'm glad for last years, more and more of you and people start to frame artwork like this. And this is ideal what we want to see. We want to see good frame, with good D hooks, with nice wire, sign on the back, and all of these, it's easy to sell for thousands of dollars, but I can't to help you for sure. If your artwork's amazing, first place by judge and best on the show, but looks like this on the back, because usually it's very hard to sell something like this if you not Van Gogh. So this is the end of my short presentation. I appreciate all of you for joining today. If someone from participant have question, I have 5-10 minutes to answer. If no one doesn't have question, I'm really enjoy our time together today. Okay, so no questions.
I have a
Nope.
question.
Thank you, everyone. And
I have a question.
yes, Joanna.
Sorry, how would one go about getting a certificate of authenticity? Do you make
Perfect.
them? Are there templates?
So usually a lot of artists printed just regular templates in the even Vista Print or any printing company, or you also can do yourself. You can buy on the Office Depot some. I have some templates like this,
Yeah.
and you can just print yourself in your printer. And if you you don't need for each one post it and display image of your artwork. You can skip it if you have full your name, image, and you just leave space for name and write this by hands.
Okay.
So you can add your name, information about you, your website, some regular information what you can use for all your artworks. And by hands, you can write title of artwork, year of, for example, 2025 done, and mediums.
Perfect. Okay.
Also, I know a lot of people, I also do this for my work. I do print similar certificates right by hands, and I print stickers of my image artwork, and I glue this like postmark on the certificate.
So it's the same picture as the painting or just in
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
for example, I do photo painting on the front,
Mhm.
and I add this on the certificate on the back.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
So Dary, how do you affix the certificate to the back of the painting?
Oh, this is easy way. So most watercolor and pastel, they have just a paper back,
Right?
and some certificate, it's very simple, like sticker. You can just use like sticker. Some you can use just very simple arty double tape for top and the bottom. And for canvas, we do same thing. We just try to leave certificate on the corner for protect if it stretches canvas on the corners. And you can use two top and bottom art double tape, not very heavy glue, double tape. It's it, because usually people doesn't leave it forever on the back, and sometimes they save it. And also, if you use some glue or some special tape, they have some special solution. They start to be very yellow and bad after a couple years. You need to be sure you have just little bit touch. I use double tape, the very simple artsy double tape to attach. It's it.
Got it.
And again, it's not necessary always, it's just for display. If it's easy to take it off, people doesn't use it on the back. They save it, usually on the documents file.
So would you put this piece of paper on the back of your framing or on the back of the actual artwork?
No, no, no. So if it's artwork on the frame and if it canvas,
Yeah.
I do it on the canvas on the back.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
if it has a back, like
Oh, on the,
pastel
of
paintings.
course on the back, because if you
Okay.
have back, how they take it from inside, if it's
Right,
framed.
exactly. Just making sure.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
If it's no questions, I continue my job.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.